Hey, this is Craig Garber from kingofcopy.com. I'm the author of How to Make Maximum Money with Minimum Customers. And today we're going to answer a few questions sent in to me by subscribers. And if you have any questions, send them into kingofcopy.com/question and we'll get them handled. Okay, so this first question comes from Jan. And Jan says, I don't think this is a real problem, but to me it is. If it's a problem to you, it's a real problem, right? That's like the only question the stupid question is the one you don't ask, right? Like they tell you in school. Okay, so here's what he says. I have a long-time client, an Irish pub, and March is obviously a big month for him, and he spends double with me every March. How do I create a few fresh new commercials for him without sounding trite, the usual guy with the fake Irish brogue, etc., blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what comes to mind when I think of this question is the old Earl Nightingale tape, Lead the Field. And Earl said to always be different. If everybody's zigging, then you want to zag. If everybody's doing one thing, you want to do the other thing. And that's pretty much the way I've always succeeded in marketing. I've always tried to do that thing that everybody's not doing. Some of that is because it's a character flaw on my part, that I'm sort of like the underdog, the maverick. I always want to go against the grain, and I don't like to follow the herd. The other part of it is because most of the time it's right. If everybody's hearing the same thing over and over again, and you hear something different, even if it doesn't jive, you're more apt to listen. And if it doesn't jive, it's not going to jive hearing the different thing or hearing the same thing because you're the wrong market. But you want to captivate and capture people by doing things that are different. And that's how you're going to get their attention. So here's a couple of things that I have. First of all, you want to make that weakness a strength, or the perceived weakness a strength. So I would almost go at it and say, look, we're not going to get on here, or you're sick and tired of hearing all the little jolly leprechaun jokes and the we be coming from St. Patrick's Day to have a cold green beer, the silly Irish brogues. But we're not going to do that because we want to focus on you having a good time instead of acting like a little elf, okay? And I would go about putting together a series of compelling offers that's going to get people to come into the pub. Look, that's the only thing that matters anyway. What's in it for them? So whether you're going to have, and I would fire it up and have really cool stuff, things that are like involvement devices. Like, for example, from 2 to 3 o'clock, we're going to have a drink special. From 3 to 4 o'clock, we're going to have a contest. And the winners, whoever has the coolest costume or the whatever you want to do, gets posted to YouTube or Facebook. We're going to have from 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 a Facebook contest, whoever gets the most likes or something like that. Or whoever could say the coolest things on our Facebook page or post the coolest stuff. Whoever gets the most likes gets a free pitcher of beer, or a free round of drinks, whatever, a free bottle of Irish whiskey. So what really counts here anyway isn't the stupid little gimmick, the weasel-sounding leprechaun. It's what's going to get these guys in the door, and what's going to get them in the door is really cool, really compelling offers. See, my Knicks glass, this is the first year in a long time the Knicks are doing well. I can be proud to drink from this glass. Anyway, so as far as that goes, you want to have a different positioning, and you want to have a USP or multiple USPs. We're the only Irish, they all have green beer. That's not it. We're giving out hats and, those screaming whistle things, party whistles from 6 to 7. And the more offers you can make, imagine that if you've got like 5 or 6 different things going on over a 5 or 6 different hour period. Free chicken wings from 8 to 9, with every pitcher you buy, a basket of free wings. Whatever you could do, people are going to come in there and they're not going to want to leave because at 3 o'clock something different happens. At 4 o'clock something different happens. And especially if they're all involvement device kinds of events where the customers and patrons get involved. Any other thoughts I put down? So focus on the benefits, not the stupidity and the goofy comic thing of the Irish, luck of the Irish and the leprechaun. Because when it comes down to it, when it comes to money, people aren't stupid and they want what's in their best interest. So give it to them. All right, thanks, Jen. Next question, and again, go to kingofcopy.com/question, and I'll get your questions answered every week here. Okay, next one is from Josh Metal, and sorry, Josh, I use this as an example of questions not to send me because I can't do anything. It says, my direct mail campaigns are getting less than great response. I've checked my list and done everything I can to write compelling copy to no avail thus far. What's the question? How do you boost the response of your mail campaign? Well, aside from doing a copy review, which I'm not doing on these are just open Q&A, you got to ask me specific questions. So I wanted to use this as if anybody's got a question out there, I'll be happy to answer, but you only got one shot, so send in a specific question with a specific answerable dialogue that I can give you. But this is so vague, it's like saying, what do you think the weather's going to be in September? Shit if I know. Okay, one last one for the day. This one's from Don Newberry. Are postcards an effective advertising piece, and are they effective in attracting business? I think that's the same question, no? Unless by effective advertising piece you don't mean effective in attracting business and you mean something else. Got to qualify that, Don. What is the best way to create emotional needs using postcards? Okay, you got to understand, creating emotional needs has to do with your sales pitch, your marketing strategy, and the copy that you're using. Whether it's on a postcard, a napkin, a yellow pad, the back of this thing, a sales letter, a website, that's a mutually exclusive issue. The emotional appeals, you want to define them and apply them regardless of the sales media that you use. Okay, so the sales media is how your message is getting delivered. As far as are postcards an effective way of generating business, yes, they are, and no, they're not. Here's what I mean by that. Postcards are very inexpensive and they're easy to get done. And if you don't use this as a resource and you're here in the States, use Click2Mail. That's click2mail.com. It's a service of the United States Post Office. It's a real simple system. They do mail merges and all that kind of good stuff. The problem with postcards are they're the least delivered things. For some reason, they don't get delivered as well. They're often thrown out because people just assume it's a sales pitch because 99% of the time, 99.99% of the time, it looks like a sales pitch. So they are effective. Are they the most effective media? No. If you're trying to generate leads or do anything like that, my experience has been with myself and with clients, the most effective media is an advertorial sent by direct mail. And postcards, unfortunately, the lowest one down the rung. And look, it's like everything else. People gravitate to what's easy. Unfortunately, in direct mail, like in life, what's easy isn't always the best solution. And that's the filter for success as to why only a few people are becoming successful and not the masses, because only a few people are willing to do the extra work to get past that filter to squeeze up to the top. The bottom, I once read, I think Jim Rohn said it with respect to success. He said, there's plenty of room at the top. There's so few people, but the bottom is where it's really crowded. So you want to jump through those filters and do the things that people are unwilling to do, and that'll take you to the top. All righty, I hope you got something out of these questions. We'll get some more. I'm going to start filming outside. It's just a gloomy day today, so I had to film here in my office. And send in your questions to me, kingofcopy.com/question. And that's it. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next time. Bye-bye.